Hello, I'm ABXToyCat and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips for using the bow in Minecraft. The bow seems like a simple item just designed for hitting stuff at a distance and having skeletons hit you at a distance, but in reality it's a much more complex part of the game that is a fundamental part of so many game modes like Skywars and other multiplayer things, that being better with a bow can make you a lot better at a lot of PvP things, and I figured that'd be a cool reason to give you 7 tips for using the bow in Minecraft. So please do like the video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like to see stuff like this on the channel. But let's get straight into this already with the first little tip, which is to do with the crosshair. So the crosshair is something in Minecraft you don't notice most of the time unless you're using a bow or unless you're doing something that requires you to be, oh yeah, there's a crosshair there. And basically this is something you'd figure would be where the arrow goes directly on. You know, if I aim here, my arrow should go directly there, right? However, even though there is a little bit of variance, this isn't the only reason. That for some reason the crosshair isn't where your arrows go. Your arrows go a tiny bit to the bottom and the right of the crosshair. It's only about half a block in most cases, but it's still a noticeable amount to the right, and you can see, even though there's a little bit of variance, it's still never going to know exactly where the crosshair is. And this is something that it's so simple to actually, compensate for, and although it's only a tiny little bit of a tip, it can actually still save you a lot. So let's just say you're going to hit the right side of someone over there. In fact, this isn't, so if you look, that should be directly on the emerald block, but instead it's going to go on the stone block. So just make sure you adjust the tiniest bit to the left of where you actually want to go. This is only really for extremely precise shots, or if you're at close range and you know that it's going to actually count, make sure you always go a tiny bit to the right of where your crosshair says, because again, this isn't just a console bug, this is on the PC too. For some reason, the code for the arrow makes it go to the right of the crosshair, which I guess because you're firing from the right, that makes sense. But yeah, just bear that in mind. Also bear in mind there is a little bit of variance in each shot, so even though I'm hitting the green this time, the next time I'm going a little to the right, to the left, etc. So just bear that in mind. You're never going to have the exact same perfect shot twice, but you can get, all these shots, except that one there, are mostly going to be within that emerald block. So just bear that in mind. It's pretty important for this next point, which is going to be know which shots to use and when. So basically, there are 2 types of shots you really ever want to use in Minecraft. There is a middle between them, but it's not quite so useful. There is the spam shot, as I like to call it, where you get this thing going right here, where you can spam pretty fast and get lots of arrows out like that. And there's the fully powered shot, where you wait for the animation to be fully finished, and then you go for it. This one obviously has a lot more range than the short range shot, which has like a maximum of like 2 things, and it also does 9 times more damage. So of course, if you want to damage stuff, you need to make sure that you're always using these, because it will take 3 shots to kill, even if they regenerate a little bit with the the arrows like this. But if you do the spam shots, you're going to have to take 20 of these, and basically these aren't designed to kill people, these are designed to get them away or maybe finish them off. But in reality, it's just knock them back and then switch to something else while you're doing that, or knock them back and then run. That whichever one you use is really your prerogative, but still, it's just worth pointing out that the short range shot is getting people away, long range shot is doing damage. Always use one of the 2, and also while we're on this point, make sure you know how far your long range shots go. A lot of people are surprised whenever they see that, like, just look how fast sometimes you can get these arrows to go. They can go over 100 blocks, so if you go 45 degrees and then you aim like that, they will go a very long way. If you want them to go less than that, but you still want a fully powered shot, make sure you aim close to the ground like so. So just bear that in mind, it will help you out a lot. Third tip out of the 7 here is going to be to do with the flame enchantment. So sometimes you don't want to use the flame enchantment on your bow, because it's kind of a waste for something that only has a few hundred uses anyway. And that's when this poor man's flame enchantment comes in. And this is only if you really need flame, but you don't necessarily want to use it, because basically, if you place down lava, so I'll just place it here because I live on the edge like that, and then you fire an arrow through it, as you can see here, it's actually going to have flame on it still. So I'm going to actually pick that up for it, burns everything down. It's a pretty useful tip that basically will allow you to get free flame arrows, and although it's not practical in a lot of cases to cover your stuff in lava, it can also work as a way to get people away from you, then fire flame arrows at them, and just scare them away with fire, basically. So yeah, poor man's flame enchantment is lava, and it's something that, it doesn't come up most of the time, but if it does come up, it's going to be the most glorious moment, and I want to see whenever it does. So, place down some lava, fire your arrow, pick up the lava, and boom, you've got yourself a free flame arrow, and you can use your enchantment points on everything else you want to use. So, moving on to tip number 4, it's to do with enchanting too, but it's to do with the best enchantment if you want to enchant your bows, but you kind of appreciate they're worthless, and that is to always go level 1 enchantments. So don't have any books around your thing, just go for straight for level 1, because you have a 100% chance of getting power 1, because there's no other enchantment you can get at that level. This is so useful because Power 1 is such a massive upgrade to the bow. If we quickly pull out a zombie here, because we do have some zombie spawn eggs, basically what we, to quickly prove a point here, if we pull out the zombie and then we fire an arrow at him, and then we fire a second one, it's going to actually kill him in 2 hits like that. The regular bow would take 3 hits, but any player, any zombie, any skeleton, anything like that, it's always going to take 3 hits, whereas this bow, you can actually hit them with full power shot, wait 30 seconds, let them regenerate, and then hit them with the second fully powered shot, and you will still get the kill, as opposed to 3 hits for normal bow. And all that is for 1 cost of the enchant thing, and given that it can save your life in so many cases, and it probably will, it's just one of those things where if you have an enchantment level and you have an enchantment table nearby, you might as well get that level 1 enchantment. So Power 1 is the best enchantment in terms of value, but what about the best enchantment overall? This is going to have to be Power 5. So the reason Power 5 is so good is because of the fact that it can actually one-hit kill people with the fully powered shot, and it can also one-hit kill zombies. Basically, it can one-hit kill most mobs in the game with a tiny bit of overkill damage. In case they have a little bit of, leather armor on, you can hit through that too, and that is just something very incredible. So make sure you have a Power 5 bow if you want to get the most out of it. You might think punch and flame is more important, but in my opinion, I think one-hit killing people without armor, or, like 5-hit killing, or I think it'd be 4-hit killing people with diamond armor, I think that's more important, and that's why I'd recommend that. So the next point we're going to use is actually going to involve my, not my poor man's lava bane, but in fact my, thingy-big, and it's going to involve my crash test dummy over here. So I'm going to go quickly just fire the arrow MZ. So basically the basic point I'm trying to prove here is that basically if you see someone coming up close and you don't have a proper defense for them, the best close range defense isn't a diamond sword, but it is in fact a splash potion of harming. This is because the splash potion of harming will hit straight through their armor. As you can see, she's going to try and get away from it, and then it's as easy as that to finish her off. So yeah, the splash potion of harming does 6, harming 2 that is, does 6 hearts of damage directly, which means, as you can see there, even though she's wearing full diamond armor and it was just the flame damage that was hurting her before, it took 1 hit for kill, 1 hit for sword after all of that to finish her, and as you can see, she's not a very happy bunny as a result. So let's move on from this over to my little minefield here for tip number 7 of 7. Again, this one's a little bit more kind of joking, but you can use this with the poor man's flame bow to actually do something pretty cool here. So basically, Emma's going to try and run after me, and I'm like, oh, I can't fight her, she's got full diamond armor. And something you'll see is if you just place TNT down and then place a flame arrow, you can actually position them in such a way that they'll actually blow up. And it kind of works like C4, so we'll get around them again, and we'll just run this way for a second. So it kind of works this way. So if she's chasing after me, if I place it and then do this just right, I clearly have not, then what'll actually happen is as she runs towards the TNT, okay, so you'll see it perfectly here, then what's actually going to happen is it's going to blow her up, and she's going to be blown away and weakened, and maybe I go in for the full kill there. So then I would be able to kill her, and it will work like that. So that's a handy little tip to do about that. I'll let MZ show off the Power 5 bow right now. As you can see, it is a very, very powerful thing, because I believe she has a Power 5 bow. Basically, yeah, that is 7 tips for using the bow in Minecraft. To quickly give you a quick rundown of them, make sure the crosshair is aimed slightly to the left of what you want to aim for. Make sure you know which shot you're using. Are you there you go, that's the Power 5 bow killing in one shot right there. So yeah, to just make sure that you aim above your targets and slightly to the left. It's something a lot of people won't realize. If you want to have a flame enchantment, but you don't want to pay for flame enchantment, you can use a bucket of lava and fire arrows through it, and it counts as if it's a flame arrow for pretty much any purpose. Power 1 is the best enchantment in terms of efficiency per level. Power 5 is the best enchantment in terms of just raw power, because you saw she killed me in 1 hit right there. You saw it, and she's probably going to do it again if I don't run. you saw that. And then tip number 6 is the best close range defense is probably a potion of harming. Keep a sword too, but a potion of harming can be the ultimate finisher if you've been using flame arrows, and it's something worth pointing out. So finally, you can use flame and TNT to work like C4, and also thank you very much to MZ for helping me out with the test crash dummy. She's going to hit me any second now, and it's going to be painful. So I'm going to just charge in and do the preemptive strike here and finish her off. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.